Hi, all of you. Is my sound is audible? Okay. So today we are going to start with the Docker. Okay. So in the last class we discussed about the Docker theoretical part, that how Docker is fast. They can help us to provision the entire operating system in fraction of seconds, right? These all things we saw. Today we are going to start with the Docker. Okay. So to start with the Docker, the first thing what I will be doing is first I will be launching the Linux machine. Okay. And when I will be launching the Linux machine, that time only I will be allowing the security group HTTP port also. So later we don't have to allow it. Okay. And then we'll be connecting to that machine using the PuTTY. Okay. So this is the first thing we'll be doing. So I'm coming here. I'm launching the instance. And we are going to use the operating system Amazon Linux second AMI. Instance type, let it be t2.micro only. Keep here, let me select. And in the security group, just make sure you are allowing the HTTP traffic from internet. And that's it. Everything will be as it is. Just launch the instance. And once the instance is going to be launched, you have to connect to that particular instance. Okay, so I will be connecting using the PuTTY. Okay. After connecting to the machine, again, the first thing you'll be becoming the root user. Okay. And to use the Docker, we have to install the Docker software. Okay, so again, you'll be following this document after connecting to this particular machine, becoming the root user. Okay, you can check for any update, that is any update required or not. I don't think that any update will require. Okay, so yum update -y, you can do it to check for any update. But okay, there are some updates are there, so let them do it. Okay, once the update will be done, then we are going to install the Docker. Okay, update is installed. Now we are going to install the Docker. So simply for that, we'll be writing the command call yum install docker -y. It will install the Docker software. Once the Docker will be installed, to check whether Docker is running or not, again the same command systemctl status docker. This is the command which will help us that whether Docker is running or not. Okay, if I'll say systemctl, uh, can you check the status of Docker, something like this. So they are saying currently it is inactive. Inactive means it is not started, so currently you cannot use the Docker. Okay, so to use the Docker, you have to make sure that you are starting the Docker. So to start the Docker, you can type the command called systemctl start docker. Okay, now you will check a status, it has become running. Okay, but still it is not enabled. Why we have to do the enable? Because if our machine is going to be restarted, so I don't want that every time I will come here and I will start the Docker. So for that, you can just type the command called here systemctl enable docker. So benefit of this will be, even if your machine is going to be restarted tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like that, you don't have to start the Docker again. As soon as machine will restart, Docker will also automatically restart. So that's the benefit. Simply type the systemctl enable docker command also. Once up to here you done, your Docker is started, it is running, it is enabled, right? Then you can start to learn the Docker commands. Okay, so to install any operating system, okay, if you remember the topic, I said you that first thing will be required is the ISO image. Okay, image. either going to the Windows website, from there you are downloading the ISO image, or you are going to the Ubuntu website, from there you are downloading the image, right? So these all are known as the ISO image. Okay. So because all the metadata related to your operating system are stored in the ISO image only. So once ISO image got installed, others are able to hear the audio, right? Others are able to hear my audio, right? Okay. So you can join back again. Let me just type it. Okay. So I was saying that ISO image is important. Okay. So I said you that if you are going to download the entire image, then its size will be 5 GB, 6 GB around, right? So rather than downloading that much size of the images, Docker, what Docker done is they created a software called Docker Hub. Okay. And there they also store all the images, but these images are very less in size because we are sharing the kernel data from the base machine only. So these all things I shown you, right? So exactly same way here, if I want to see that total how many images are currently present in my Docker, like in my local Docker machine. So if I'll type Docker images, so they will say currently no images is present. There is nothing they are listing, right? But tomorrow, if somebody want to use any operating system, like I want to use the CentOS operating system, or I want to use the Ubuntu operating system, right? So I can come to this Docker Hub, I can search for the CentOS operating system. CentOS is exactly equal to the Amazon Linux 2. If you are going to use the CentOS version 7, so that is exactly equal to the Amazon Linux 2. Okay. So here you are seeing that CentOS image is available. If I click here, so they are saying 1 billion plus people downloaded, right? And basically 1 billion times it got downloaded, and it is Docker pull CentOS is the command to pull the image. But if I do the Docker pull CentOS itself now, they are going to pull the latest version. Okay, they are going to pull the latest version, that will be the 9 actually. Okay, it will come in the tag section. So for each of things they are saying, if I'll do Docker pull CentOS, by default they will pull the latest version only. Okay, if I want to pull a specific CentOS version 7, something like this, so we have to specify Docker pull CentOS 7, or Docker pull CentOS 7, right? So it will download the CentOS version 7 like this. So if I'm going to copy this command, because this is exactly equal to the Amazon Linux 2. Okay, so if I'll copy this command and I will write it here, Docker, can you pull the CentOS 7 image? So Docker is so intelligent, they will directly come to this dockerhub.com and they will try to pull this image from here. If I press enter, a image is going to be downloaded. So see, they are downloading the image, they are extracting it. Now if I'll do the Docker images, so see, we are clearly saying that a image CentOS 7 is there, okay, which was created 2 years ago. Size is 204 MB, right? Now, currently, if I'll see that currently in which operating system I am present, like let me just clear it here. If I'll say Docker images, so we are seeing that one image is downloaded, CentOS 7. Currently, I am using which operating system? /etc/os hyphen release if I'll type. So currently we are using the Amazon Linux 2, right? Now let's start a container, or basically see, whenever we start any operating system from the Docker images, we say it as a container. Okay. So currently this is the CentOS 7 image. And if I want to start a container, container is just like a running laptop. Okay. Running laptop, like you went to the company, some store, and there you are saying that I want to buy a laptop of Windows 10, right? and another person is also going, they are also want to buy a laptop of Windows 10. So basically both the person are going to use the Windows 10 operating system only, but the data or the content, whatever present will be in your laptop and whatever present in the other personal laptop, that will be different, right? Because both of you are using the Windows, but you will be using it for some different purpose. He will be using it for some different purpose. You will be installing some different application there. You will be installing some different software there, right? Exactly same way, CentOS 7 is the image, but from this particular image, you can create multiple containers. That means multiple laptops, something like this. Okay. So you can create 10 containers, 15 containers, and in all the containers, you can install different software. Okay. And the person who is using the second container, that will be not dependent on the first container like this. So let me just show you. If I want to start a container from this CentOS 7 image, I have to simply write the command here docker. I want to run a container. Okay, I want to run the container. And after running the container, how I can communicate with that computer or that container? So we'll require an interactive terminal. So for that, IT is for interactive terminal. And I want to start the container from which image? CentOS 7. That's it. If I'm going to type this command, what is going to happen is they are going to launch a new container or a new full-fledged operating system. Currently, I'm using the Amazon Linux 2 operating system, right? But as soon as I will hit enter, you will see that I will go inside a new operating system. Okay. And there I will type the exactly same command cat/etc/os release. It will not show Amazon Linux 2. It will say CentOS 7. If I'll press enter, so see, in fraction of second, they started a new container. This terminal is coming from the new container, CentOS 7. This is not root at the rate IP. This is totally different. Okay. And here, if I'll type the command cat/etc/os-release, so it is not saying Amazon Linux 2 or something. It is clearly saying that it is CentOS Linux version 7, right? And currently, if I'll do ls, so this many files are present here. If I want to create a directory with the name called kitchen, right? If I want to go inside this kitchen directory and I want to store some files here, touch file 1, file 2, so everything I can do it, right? And once my work is done, I want to exit from this container. I don't want to use this laptop further. I just created it for two purposes. First, to check which operating system we are using, then I created a directory, and then I created some file inside the directory. That's it. I will exit from here. That's it. Again, I came back to my local machine. And here, local machine, I will do the LSC. There is no directory kitchen got created anything because that I created inside that particular container. Okay. So again, let's clear it. If I'll do the Docker images, still that image is available. From this image, again, I can create another container. But now you have to tell me if I'm going to write the command again, like Docker, I have to run the container, give me the interactive terminal from the CentOS 7. So again, the exactly same command, but now you have to tell me that if I will start it this one, so will be able to see the directory kitchen inside this container? Yes or no? Will I able to see directory kitchen inside this if I'll run it again? What do you say? Are you there, all of you? Have you got the question, all of you? You do not got the question? Would that you're saying no? The question is if I'm going to start the container again, so will that directory kitchen will be present inside this? Yes or no? See, I am not explaining anything. I am just asking a question that I cut just back I created a container, right? Inside that container I created some image. Okay, see, you can say yeah. That time only I created the image. This is the image that I downloaded from the Docker hub, right? From this image I created a container. When I went inside that container, I written the command /etc/os-release. What it was showing, it was saying that this particular container is running from the CentOS 7 image, right? There I created a directory with the name called Kisan, and inside that directory we created some files. Okay, and then I exited from that container. Now I'm not using that container. Now the second time I'm asking is again I'm going to start a new container from this exactly same image. Now will that particular directory will be present inside this? Yes or no? That's the normal question I'm asking. What happened? Are you not able to understand these all things? Everything is going out of your mind like that. Just tell na, "Yeah, I'm not understanding anything, zero thing like that." That also you can tell at least. Then we'll talk to the management and we'll decide like that what to do. But just say something, na, that whether you are understanding, whether you are not understanding these all things. We can take a call on that, na. Have you went through all of you that theoretical class yesterday? Like whatever the last class we done, have you tried to see that lecture again? All of you? At least for that you can respond yes or no, right? I don't know what is happening with all of you. In the starting, all of you were very good. All of you are responding. Suddenly, you all of you are not responding. Have you gone through that theoretical classes? That theoretical class was clear. At least for that, can you say yes or no? Theoretical class was not clear. Great. What about others? For others also theoretical class is not clear of the Docker. I don't know, other two are even not responding. Okay, so what are the things you did not understand? Can you tell me? Like what was the thing you were not able to understand in that? That was just a normal theoretical things, right? So have you tried to watch it one more time? Or you are not able to understand any terms there? Can you unmute yourself, Arvind? Can you unmute and talk? So how you want me to continue if you are not able to understand, even you did not watch the recording, right? So how you want me to continue with this? You tell me now. I don't think anybody can explain you better than that. What are the three different or four different way? Well, I clearly explained you that how the technology came, how the bare metal came, how the virtualization came, how the cloud computing came, how the containerization came, what was the problem was solved by them. If somebody is starting with the Docker now, they will directly explain Docker. They are not going to explain you the history or anything, right? But I tried to explain you everything. Like in the bare metal, problem was there that it was taking so much time in the installing. People were not able to use multiple operating system. In the virtualization, I clearly said that we are able to run multiple operating system, but we have to fix the RAM in the starting itself. That if one operating system I given the 4 GB RAM, but they are not utilizing it, and other operating system I started in the same laptop which requires 6 GB RAM, so other operating system is not going to share their remaining RAM with that. These all things I explained you. Then I explained you about the cloud computing also, right? That they are taking 2 to 3 minutes time only to provision, but that is a paid service. Then the fourth way I said is the containerization, that they can create a new operating system in the fraction of second. That's the fourth thing only I explained in the class. Now the thing is, in which part you are not able to understand, that you have to tell me, right? Okay, by just saying that we did not understand, that doesn't make sense, no? Like if you are going to some restaurant or something, right, you cannot say that I did not like the food. You have to tell na that this is this component of the food I did not like it, or I was not able to understand what was this food about, right? So until and unless you will not say that this particular line or this particular topic I did not understand, how I can understand that? Okay, this part you are not understanding, so I can repeat that. But if you clearly say that entire lecture I did not understand, that doesn't make sense, right? So just tell me now that in this four way of provisioning of operating system, which part is difficult for you? Which part you are not able to understand? Or even you are not understanding what is provisioning of operating system? That also tell me. All of you know what is provisioning of operating system we are talking about currently? Yes or no? Provisioning of operating system, do you know that? Understanding this term, or this is new for you? Nobody know what is provisioning of operating system? That's the problem here. I try to speak 10 minutes and we are getting response in just 1 minute. See, I will talk to the Madhu sir, okay? And you can communicate with them because I'm not able to solve your problem. So maybe he can, okay? In the documents, I clearly said here, right? It is written, even if you'll go to this PDF also, you'll be able to understand that to run any application. See, even in some 10th standard student also, I will tell them that for running any application like Google Chrome or Firefox, you will require a operating system. So this part they will also understand. And installation of the operating system is known as provisioning. This is the directly the term I written. So still you are not understanding the provisioning. And now I clearly said here that there are four different ways of provisioning. That means four different ways are there to install the operating system. The one way is the bare metal. Then I explained you, right? That if the hardware component is present with you, that is known as the bare metal. Currently you are using the laptop, that is the concept of bare metal. Cloud computing, you all of you are using the AWS cloud, GCP cloud, that is comes under the cloud computing, because here I am creating a Linux machine on the cloud. So this is another way of installing the Linux, right? Third way is the virtualization. Many times I shown you about the Oracle VM, right? So this is the concept of the virtual box in which a single operating system, this is my Windows laptop, inside that only I'm running the Ubuntu, Red Hat, Kali Linux. So this is known as the virtualization. And the fourth way was the Docker that I am currently starting to teach you. So this is the fourth thing I explained in the last class. So now just tell me, after seeing this also, which part you did not able to understand in these four things? Just tell me. Or you did not go through the video. There can be two possibility only, right? So just tell me what is the reason. Did not go through the video, okay. Others? Have you tried to see this PDF at least? Anybody who went through the PDF? I don't think anybody went through the PDF also. See, then how you can say that I was not able to understand, right? Because it's you don't went to the through the videos, you don't went through the PDF, it not was the recording, right? So it's not the mistake from my side, no, it's the mistake from your side that you are not able to give the time. And now the thing is, even if I will start the new topic, now you will be not understand, because in the last class only I explained you that there is a Docker from here we can download the image. Previously in the virtualization, we are downloading the image from the Ubuntu website. It was taking around 5 GB size of storage whenever we are downloading it from here. That I shown you, right? Like if I'll click here, so what is the size of the file it was coming? 4.69 GB, something like that. So until and unless you are not going through it, you'll be not able to understand. If you are thinking DevOps is simple, so it is not. Okay. It is not the Linux class or the AWS class. We came in the DevOps topic. And exactly same image, whatever the image it is going to download it from here, that 4.69 GB or something. If I'll try to download it from this particular machine, like I don't know, restart the session. Sudo cpzero. So currently you are saying that only one image is present. Tomorrow I want to download one more operating system, so I can simply do the command here, docker, I want to pull the image Ubuntu. If I press here, what is going to happen? They are going to pull the image Ubuntu, okay, from the Docker app. And this is not 4.69 GB size or image or something. It will be less than 70-80 MB. If I'll do the Docker images, so see, they given the 77 MB size. Okay, and I said to you in the last class itself, what is the difference between kernel, what is the difference between GUI, right? Why the size is smaller? This all part I tried to explain you. And if you are not understanding that, then how you'll be able to understand Docker? Are you getting this, all of you? You see, if I click here, the exactly same download now button, here the size is 4.69 GB, right? But exactly same thing, we downloaded it here in the less than 77 MB. Why? So this all I tried to explain in the last class. There was Saturday, Sunday was also there. Even if you just given 1 hour in this weekend, you have done this. Well, let it be. I am explaining you again one more time whatever I done today. But I will talk to Madhu sir, and Madhu sir will talk to you. Okay, and then they will decide what to do with these classes, remaining classes. Okay. So see, first we have to download some images. Until and unless you don't have this image, you cannot start a operating system. Because if Microsoft company is not going to provide the Windows 10 operating system to HP company, then how the HP company can build their laptop with the Windows 10 operating system, right? So once the Microsoft Windows company is going to provide this type of the image, then only this HP company can install their Windows 10 in their laptop, and then they can sell it in the market. So exactly same way I'm saying here that currently, if I'll check that currently which operating system I am using, so I'm using Amazon Linux 2. Why? Because currently I am running this particular EC2 instance, right? And this EC2 instance I launched with the Amazon Linux 2. That's why when I'm running this command, it is running the Amazon Linux 2. So this is just a single laptop. This is just a single laptop, this EC2 instance, right? In which is running on Amazon Linux 2. But inside this particular laptop, I want to run multiple operating system. I want to run the Ubuntu operating system here, right? So Ubuntu operating system, to run the Ubuntu operating system, what I can do is I can simply say Docker, can you run a container, okay, IT for interactive terminal from the image called Ubuntu. If I press enter, now what is going to happen? They will start a new container. This is a new container. This is a new laptop that is running inside this EC2 instance. And here if I'll type cat/etc/os-release, so see, this is clearly saying that you are using the Ubuntu 22.04. Whatever the directory I am going to create here with the name called test directory, right? If I am going inside this test directory and I am creating some files here, touch abc.txt, right? So this file got created in the Ubuntu operating system. Once I done with my work, if I want to exit, I can exit it from here. So that's the only thing I shown you, that I can start a container from any image, whatever the image is available here, then I can do whatever the thing inside that. Okay. Now again, if I want to start a new container, again exactly from the same image, if I'll try to press enter, I will do the ls. So this is a new laptop. Here you will be not able to see the test directory again. Whatever the directory I created in the previous container, that you will be not able to see, because it is just like you bought another laptop of Windows 10 operating system. So it is exactly like we created another container of the Ubuntu operating system. But if I want to see the previous operating system only, in which I created a directory with the name called test directory or something. So for doing that, you can just exit it from here. You can type a command called docker ps-a. It will show you all the container that you created till now. So first container I created from the CentOS 7 image with this particular name. They given some random name here. Okay. The second time I created a container with the Ubuntu, and the third time again I created with the Ubuntu only. Okay. So in this, I created a directory with the name called Kisan. In this, I created a directory with the name called test.dir. And in this, I did not created anything. Okay. So if I want to see the Kisan directory, so I will simply say Docker. Currently, this is in the exit state. That means currently it is in the stop state. So I will simply say Docker, do one thing. Can you start this particular laptop? Because until and unless you cannot start this container, how you can go inside this container, right? So I will just copy this command. I will type this. Docker, can you start this container again? It is something like this. In our EC2 instance also, there are so many instances are stop tested, right? So if I want to use this particular instance, I have to manually select it and I have to click on start. So exactly same way we are just saying Docker, can you start this particular container name? Press enter, this container is going to start it. If I do Docker ps-a, it is clearly saying this container is now in running state, up state. Okay. Once it is started, it is running, like here also if this instance is running. So how to connect to this particular instance? I simply come here, I can click on connect button, right? And then I can use any of the way to connect. So similarly here also you can simply say Docker, I want to attach to this particular container. Okay, and I will copy this name and I will paste it. As soon as I'm going to press enter, what will happen? I will go inside this container. See, I went inside. Now if I'll do the ls, here I will be able to see the directory called Kisan is there. Now if I'll try to go inside the Kisan directory, we'll be able to see file1 and file2 that we created previously. Okay, here I want to add some data inside the file1, that also I can do, whatever the work I am doing. That is saved inside this particular container only. Again, if I will do exit, I can do exit. Again, I came out. Okay. Similarly, in the second second container, whatever we created with this Ubuntu name, angry one. Okay. So this one, if I want to go, I will simply do Docker. Can you start this container? Because again, it is in the exit state. So I will just copy this and I will paste it here. So it will be started. Then I will say Docker, can you attach me to this particular container? That's it. And here I will be able to see the test directory will be there, whatever I created. Test dir, right? So cd test dir. And inside this, I created a directory with the name called file called abc.txt. That is also present. That means we are able to see the data from here. Okay. And in the last one, this funny Carson one, in which I did not store anything. So there will be nothing will be present here. Okay. So whenever you do the docker run command, what they do, they start a new container. Like again, if I'll clear it all, currently how many containers are running? So total 3 containers are present here, right? If I want to start one more container, I can simply, and I want to start a container from the CentOS 7 image again. Okay, so I'll press enter. A new container got started from the CentOS 7 image. I don't want to do anything. I will do exit from here. But if I'll do the docker ps-a, we'll be clearly saying 4 container. One more container got started CentOS 7 because this one the last got created. So if I'm going inside this container, then only I'll be able to see the KSON directory. KSON directory I never created in this container. So this container is basically just like a laptop. So now you have a 4 laptop inside this particular EC2 instance, in which 2 are running on the Ubuntu, 2 are running on the CentOS 7. And whatever the work you are doing in this particular container, that is independent with these containers, right? Similarly, whatever the things you will do it here, that is independent to here. Is this thing getting clear? Up to where is this clear? Okay. So see, again, take an example. I want to start this container, right? So again, I will do the exactly same way Docker. Can you start this particular container? So now what will happen? This container got started. So to see only the started container, sometimes what happens here, currently we'll see all the instances here, right? Currently we see all the instances. But if I want to filter only the running instance, right? Then we just type it here running, then they are only showing one container which is running, right? Similarly, here if I do the docker ps-a, what they are saying, they are showing all the containers in which 3 are stopped and 1 is running, right? But if I want to see only the running container, then you have to simply write docker ps command itself. If we do docker ps, then it will show only running container. And see, it is showing just one container which is running currently. Okay, if we'll do docker ps-a, they will show all the container. If we'll do the docker ps, they will show only the running container. If I want to go inside the running container, because you cannot go inside the stop container, first you have to start it, then only you can go. So if I want to go inside this container, I will simply say docker, can you attach me to this particular container? That's it, we done it, right? So docker run is a command which is just like this one, launch instance, and then we are filling all the details which image to use, everything, right? So this is equal to the docker run command. And docker start command is something like this, that if some container is in a stopped state, I want to start it, so this is docker start. And docker attach command is if some container is in some EC2 instance is in running instance, and then I want to connect using the putty or using the SSH method, so you simply use the connect button. So that's exactly equal to the docker attach command. So if these 3 things is remember, then you will be easily able to understand docker start, docker stop, docker attach. Okay. Again, I attached to this container, so I came inside this. Here, whatever the command I want to run, cal command, date command, pwd command, whatever the Linux command I want to do, I can run it here. Once my work is done, I can exit. Okay. But if I'll do the exit, then what will happen? It will stop the container, right? It always go in the exit state. But if you want to exit from this container without stopping it, then you can simply do the control plus P plus Q. Control plus P plus Q. See, I came out of this container, but if I'll show you the docker ps command, okay, or ps-a, you'll see that this container is still running. Okay, if I'll do the exit, then they will exit the container. That means they will stop the container and then we'll come out. But if you'll press the control plus P plus Q inside this particular container, then the meaning is you are coming out without stopping it. Like I went inside this, I'm doing control PQ. I came out. If I'll do docker ps-a, container is still running. But if I'll do docker attach and this time to exit, I will press the exit button. Then what will happen? This time this container got stopped. Okay, so if you don't want to stop the container and you want to come out, we have to use the control plus P plus Q to exit without a stopping container. So just try to complete the previous theoretical class and try to practice it up to here. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Other part I will talk. So just try to complete the last class, theoretical class, and try to do the installation and try to do the practice at least up to here. Okay. Thanks all of you. Have a nice day.